Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, the Historic Westside celebrates a centennial milestone. Fremont Street gets added protection, and a Megastar takes over City Hall Council chambers. You're going to see it soon. Joining us with all of this and a whole lot more of the exciting things happening in Ward 5 is our councilman from Ward 5. You know who it is. It's Mr. Cedric Freer. Welcome back.
Hello. How are you?
I'm well. Fall is here.
Fall is here. You know, we got a little break in the heat a little bit, but you know, it's still October and it's still got high 80s and it's 90 days.
It's Las Vegas.
It is Las Vegas, but you know, people say, they joke, they want sweater weather.
Exactly.
Sweater weather coming. When sweater weather coming.
Getting here? We need it,
sweater weather. That's what they're looking for.
Exactly.
I think, you know, even people, you see people now who want to wear sweaters and it's still 90 degrees and they're wearing sweaters.
That is my daughter.
And they're wearing sweatshirts and it's still 90 degrees and you go.
I know the calendar says
yes,
that, but
yeah, I know you want to get into sweater weather, but it's still 90, 91 degrees.
You got to be patient here. You know, don't get the cart before
the
horse.
They got the boots, they got the sweater, the leather jackets out. I'm ready. Okay. Good luck.
Exactly.
They're sweating the whole time.
Exactly.
But it's great.
It's Las Vegas.
It is late. You know, Vegas, October is one of the best times to be in Las Vegas. October, March, it's breaking ice. Some places people still want to have a beautiful time and a great golfing weather.
People still out by the pools at the different resorts.
Friends of mine were in town this past weekend. You know what they did? They hung out by the pool.
Exactly.
And it's October. So.
And we're like thinking, are you kidding?
Yeah.
For folks from Minnesota, this is summertime.
Yes.
Exactly. So, well, Councilman, you represent Ward 5, as we said. You know the area like the back of your hand. For those of you out there not exactly sure where Ward 5 is located, well, don't worry. We're going to show you right there on the map. Basically includes our downtown and goes all the way out to the northwest. Really a diverse ward in a lot of ways, but it kind of follows 95 on the north and then east. And of course, if you live in that area, work in that area, then you're in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. And of course, if you are a resident out there, then you are represented on city council by Cedric Freer.
Yes. Our ward has grown since I've been in office with the census and going out to Lone Mountain Road.
The city has too,
and downtown more. So the city has really expanded, which is great. And I love being the councilman for Ward 5. We just have so many things going on, so many positive stuff going on. As we'll talk about just a few.
We do. Let's jump in
snapshot.
here. Yeah, we got a lot going on. This show is absolutely packed. Councilman, here's a little teaser for everybody. The Megastar we mentioned earlier is a Vegas headliner and the halftime performance at this year's Super Bowl. You probably know who I'm talking about. Stay tuned because you're going to see a whole lot more from coming up, so don't miss that. But first, let's talk about what's happening in Ward 5. Big celebration. Last time you were on the show, we really talked about this. The Historic Westside School celebrated 100 years.
Yes. Yeah. How about that? You know, and the interesting part about it is that the school is located in Ward 5, but it's still the oldest school in the history of Las Vegas. And the celebration we had took place at the school, but it was really a citywide celebration. We had a big parade. We had a huge celebration at the school itself. Thank you to Brenda Williams, who's president of the Westside School Alumni Association. Thank you to everyone that worked over the course of literally 9-10 months coming together, organizing the groups. We had the Paiute tribes that had a big role in it, and just so many people came together to celebrate this 100-year anniversary of the school. And I always say that many times in Las Vegas, we have a history of tearing down the old and rebuilding the new. This is something that the city has preserved. It's on the historic preservation roster. It is a facility that the city put $16 million in a few years ago to refurbish it. The original floors from the Westside School in the classroom, which is now that auditorium there. We have so many things that are taking place on that campus. The Workforce Development Center is going to be there. We're seeing our Strong Future Technology Center is already there. We're training our kids on technology and our active adults on technology right now as we speak, and other things. KCP Radio is housed there. So it's just a lot going on at the school. And it was great to celebrate something. How about to be a part of something that's 100 years old in Las Vegas?
Big deal. And you know, Councilman, what I loved about this, and you touched on this, just notice the diversity in this. You've got all the different ethnic groups that are located in Las Vegas really were represented at this. And you know, you had reminded me of this, but the Historic Westside School is the oldest standing school in Las Vegas.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And it was an integrated school. We had Paiutes, we had people, we had blacks, we had whites, we had everybody went to the school. And that's important too, because it shows you that from the start of 100 years ago, we were starting to integrate.
Already then.
Yes.
Exactly. And we're known as kind of the melting pot of the melting pot as a city, but we were back way back in the day too.
Yes, and so it was great. Loved the school, and if you want to see a piece of history, I urge you to go by the West Side School. We actually have a design center in there, which gives you a timeline of the historic West Side, and which is very, very cool. It's just a great place to go see a piece of history.
Yeah. Well, not far from the Historic West Side School is our historic downtown. And I love this, Councilman. The Ogden Underpass is just, it's not just an underpass anymore. It's an art exhibit now, too. You recently opened this. 14 new photos added down there that illuminate at night. And when you go under there, it's kind of like you go back through time a little bit.
It is, and we have to give a thank you to our former city manager, Jorge Cervantes, for really shepherding this project and getting it to fruition. Jonathan Josso, the CEO of the Plaza Hotel, was there to help flip the switch. If you look at these murals that are on there, they are of downtown Las Vegas, in the heart of downtown Las Vegas, the Mint Hotel. You can see the progression of when downtown started, Atomic Liquors, and it's great to see a little bit of history. So I urge you to go through the Ogden Underpass, take a look at those photos, and get a taste of history as well. Well, how about this? We are turned into a historic preservation city.
I know. Look at us.
Look at us.
We're not tearing everything down.
We aren't tearing everything down. Biff's Place, which is the Plaza. You know, that was in
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future 2. Yeah.
But yeah, it's great to see, and it's always good to have showgirls. You can never go wrong when you have a ribbon cutting for something to have showgirls. Thank you, Mayor Oscar Goodman, for setting the trend.
It's right. It's a tradition that's lived on now all these years.
Yes.
So, but yeah, and what's nice this time of year, Councilman, it gets dark earlier and the sun comes up a little bit later. So if you're driving through that underpass there at Ogden, right before you come up to Main Street, you're going to see it. It's great.
And it's great at night. It adds a little more light to the underpass as well. So
exactly. A safety feature as well, which is one of the things you've talked about.
Yes.
So, Councilman, I love this. People, I think, are always saying, well, they need more access to their elected officials, more access to government, and you do community conversations all the time.
We do. We love doing the community conversations. We'll pick a place in the evenings or in the mornings. Residents can come out, have a one-on-one with me, talk about what's on your mind, talk about some challenges, talk about what's going on, where can we help you achieve what you want to achieve. We had a great one at the Starbucks, a brand new Starbucks on Lake Mead and Jones there.
Very nice.
Brand new shopping center. That Starbucks is beautiful. We had a great turnout, talked to a number of constituents and people in the neighborhood. So we're there. We do it every month.
You selling coffee too?
I was actually a barista for a minute, which was pretty fun.
Nice.
And it was great. The Starbucks staff are great. Make sure you tell them when you see them that I said hello and that I sent you over there, because they will treat you right.
Caramel macchiato latte, something like that. All right. Well,
I know how to input it into the system.
There you go. See,
that's about as far as I go.
No worries. They have a training program there.
You might not want me making your macchiato.
You love those, Councilman. Very informal. You do them regularly, and it's an opportunity for just people to chat with you over a cup of coffee versus coming down
to City Hall, make an appointment, going through security, all the things that can sometimes be an impediment.
Yeah.
We like to go into the neighborhood. People can either walk up to the Starbucks or walk to wherever and have a conversation with me and my team.
On the Councilman's website, lasvegasnevada.gov, go to the Ward 5 page. The dates and times of those are always listed on there for you if you'd like to go out to one of those and visit with the Councilman. Councilman, I think, let's talk about your backswing and your fancy footwork on the tennis court, because you're an accomplished tennis player in your own right. You played in high school.
I did.
You were on the men's tennis team at Howard University, captain of the men's tennis team.
Yes.
And a couple of conference championships in your trophy case there because of your talents. So, but now you're helping the next generation get up to speed on tennis.
You know what we want to do too? We're trying to expose our community to other sports. Many times we just get basketball, football, baseball. We want to expose our youth to other sports outside of just those. So we do a free tennis clinics in conjunction with the Inspiring Children's Foundation and No Quit Tennis program over at Lorenzi. But we started a golf program this year at Municipal Course right on Washington and Decatur. But this has been something we've been doing the last couple of years. I have to thank the Inspiring Children's Foundation. They are so great. They just go out and do the work. They don't get all the recognition that they do deserve. And we hosted it. I came out, hit some balls with the kids. Let them know that I still got a little bit of something.
Look out for that top spin,
yeah,
kids.
Watch out. As long as you hit the ball to me, I'm doing just fine.
I love that. We couldn't really see it, but the shirts you were wearing said straight out of Lorenzi.
Straight out of Lorenzi.
Lorenzi Park, obviously.
Yeah, it's great. We have a lot of fun. And look, we're going to making some big improvements into the Lorenzi courts. We're adding some pickleball courts there. We're also adding an additional court. We're adding a tennis shop there, as we call it, which is going to be
nice. Sell rackets, balls, shoes.
Yeah, and also, you can check in for the courts there. Right now, we just have like a little trailer that's there, so it'll be a lot nicer. And that program, Inspiring Children's Foundation, works with youth, and they have really done from start to finish, created some professional tennis players on the tour, Asia Muhammad and a few others.
Oh, really?
They've gotten a lot of kids into tennis scholarships. As kids are going to school for free playing tennis. I was on a tennis scholarship at Howard, as you mentioned. And so it's more than just go out and hit balls. Like, you're really preparing this youth
an opportunity for
the next level in life, and not just on the tennis court, but in life in general.
And Councilman, you mentioned to me before we went on the air, there's some kids with some real potential.
There are, I think at this stage we saw the kids. You really want them to enjoy the game.
Yeah, have fun.
But then if you do see somebody that might have a little talent, you're going to work with them. You're going to work with them.
You want to do this more than once or twice a week. Yeah, so very good, very good. And then along the same line, Councilman, you're always highlighting organizations making an impact on our community. The Just One Project is one of our community partners. The organization connects locals with volunteer opportunities and provides numerous resources for those in need. So let's talk about your visit with those folks.
The Just One Project's opened up a brand new facility right on Decatur, and Brooke Newhouser, who's their CEO, founder, have to give her just a great amount of credit for, coming up with the concept for Just One, working to build it up. It is now one of the largest, I think the largest distributor of food from 3 Square in the community, located right in Ward 5. The team does an amazing job. That food pantry that they have is excellent.
Wow.
And they also do, they go out to the community. We've worked with them to do community fairs at like Doolittle, at the parks. People can come up there. If you qualify, then you'll be able to get fresh food, fresh vegetables right there at the Just One Project.
Wow.
They're great. They do a fantastic job.
That's awesome. And Councilman, just that was a pantry. It looked like a grocery store.
Yeah, it looked like a grocery store. It's a pantry that they have. There's the administrative office next door. That pantry is right there. And look, they were downtown, down off of Industrial. They were at Rancho and Washington area there. Then they moved up here to Decatur. They're just expanding. They do a great job. Yeah, and look, this shows you the power of the community. This shows you the power of someone that says, in Brooke, I want to do something to get people fresh food. I'm going to start a nonprofit. I'm going to build it, and this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you guys honored her at a council meeting here not long ago.
She's great.
And her story, she talked about her story, and literally she was a person of one.
Yes.
And this is where this has led.
Yeah,
so.
look, I always say that if you want to make a better community, it's a community that makes a better community.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can talk about it, or you can go out and do something about it. And she's a shining example of,
she sure is.
I'm just not going to talk about it. I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah, congratulations.
Good for her.
Brooke. Yeah, good for her. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Councilman, also, you recently spent some time with local law enforcement. You stopped by Metro's dispatch center because they're looking to train up some new people. They need more dispatchers, right?
I tell you, it's pretty amazing what they do. 911, 301 operators, they train people to go into that field. Such a demanding field. We don't usually always think about them as being first responders.
But they really are.
They are the first responders.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine being on some of the calls and trying to mitigate and manage that process? They answer the calls, and then they actually do the disbursement to if it's fire, if it's to police, if it's to ambulance, whatever. They stay on the line with you until you're as best as possible. They walk you through the process. They have a class that they are training folk into to go into that field.
That's what this is too. Yeah, that's a big group too.
It is a big group. There's another room as well. I tell you, I always say that these jobs are not just a job. You're not just going in, clocking out. These are life-transforming
Yeah.
roles that they play. And we have our own call center at Fire Station 1 for fire. It's just an amazing feel.
Now, this is National Night Out, Councilman.
Yes.
This is in conjunction with that. It's always National Night Out's usually the first Tuesday in August, but it's pretty hot here in August. So we do it the first Tuesday in October. And that's what this is right here.
Yep.
So.
And it's a national program. We had nights out. That was at Doolittle. We've had them downtown.
Yeah.
We have them throughout the entire city.
We saw everybody there.
Together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Metro is out there. Our marshals, the our fire department. You were out there. So
You know what else? It was a huge turnout.
Yeah. People like to network with their neighbors and stuff.
People came out for this, and the kids are out. A true family event. We had a lot of things going on. So thank you to everybody who came out. We really appreciate it.
We've always said that. I think Metro, our fire department, our marshals do a really good job of meeting with the community, getting the community so that there's a relationship between the law enforcement, the first responders, and the community, as opposed to, I never see these people until there's something bad happens.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, good stuff. And then speaking of law enforcement, Councilman, this was something we were very excited about, long time in the making. A new $1.5 million substation opened on the Fremont Street experience. Law enforcement from multiple agencies, including the city of Las Vegas, will protect the public at this new station, of course, right there on our tourist corridor. And it really is a combination between Metro, our DPS, our marshals, and the Fremont Street experience.
It is.
Security.
It is, and it's great. This is, Councilwoman Diaz and I have been working on this because we share half of downtown, half of Fremont Street experience, and the mayor has been actively engaged in making this happen. I have to give a thank you to Sheriff McMahill, Chief Potts of the marshals, and then the Fremont Street experience team.
Yeah, Andrew
Simon, and also all the businesses and all of the hotels that are down there as well,
We're
because
very supportive.
Their security forces are going to work hand in hand with this team in order to make our downtown safe. We have, the importance of the substation. Not only do you see it there, I think when people see it there, they're going to think twice about doing something that they shouldn't be doing. As well as we'll have pre-shift meetings there. We're able to rally if we need to have meetings with the security forces all there. We'll be able to coordinate better, quicker, faster, respond. It's a perfect environment.
Exactly, Councilman. That's the point. It's to where Metro, our marshals, which they also patrol the Fremont Street experience corridor there, and the Fremont Street experience security are really working as a unit versus separate entities like happened in the past.
Yeah, and it's a true substation. I mean, there's areas you can come in. There's monitoring. There's a lot going on, and then it also allows us to grow together. And so as we get this, it's just been open less than a month. We know that it's going to progress, and a lot of things we can do together in order to make it more safer for our entire community. And in downtown corridor, yes, but the downtown large as well. So fantastic.
People may not realize this, Councilman. We're well aware of it, but Fremont Street gets about 22 million visitors a year.
I know.
That's a lot of people, and that's why this added security is going to just make everybody feel safer.
It's hard to believe. You don't think about that many people coming into downtown. I mean, that's more than most tourism receives in most major metropolitan cities.
Period.
And we get 22 million people that come down to the downtown corridor, Fremont Street alone.
About half the people that come to Las Vegas visit downtown as well. That's exactly right. Well, Councilman, since you were on the show last time, we talked about this a lot. We had our Ward 5 Community Forum. This is a great event where you talk about all the major issues going on. People can come in. We televised it. It was on live stream.
Who was the host?
As I recall, yours truly was the MC that night. It was a pleasure to be part of it, and a great turnout. We had a large crowd in the audience, but we also had hundreds of people that were on live stream watching. We had active viewers on live stream, well over 350. So it was a great turnout all the way around.
This is our 6th forum that we've done, and the goal of it is this. When you started it, you didn't have anything to talk about except for the fact that this is what we want to do, this is what we are looking to do. Year 1, it was this is what we've done, this is the progress we've made, and this is where we're looking to go. Year 2, this is the progress we've made. And so it's to go out to the community and let you know that, look, we aren't just here sipping on lattes and having drinks every day. We're actually doing work. We're making progress. We're working strategically to better our community, and also gives folks an opportunity to actually meet and talk to the department heads and hear directly from them. Like, you can hear from me and I can talk about the things we're doing, but when you hear it from our city manager, and thank you, Mike Jansen, for actually being there that night, for speaking. When you can talk to the city manager, when you can talk to our chief of public safety, our operation maintenance folk, our neighborhood services people, Kathy Thomas was our keynote speaker, who heads up our neighborhood services. That can make a big difference too, because they're the ones that are on the ground day in and day out that are doing the work.
Can answer all the questions.
Yes, answer all your questions, so you can be right there. And then we had a forum out front. You can go to the tables and talk to people, resources forum. And so it's turned it into something that people are really looking forward to. And it's a resource. It's a true resource for a lot of people in the community. It's informative. I got so many people who said this was just amazing. It's great.
Oh, good turnout.
Great turnout. Biggest turnout we've had in 6 years. And so I thank the team. I thank the staff who helped put this together, especially Kelly in my office, who's one of her big items that she has her to-dos, and she rallies everybody. So thank you all very, very much, and it's very much appreciated. And thank you for being our host.
The MC, it was an honor. No, it really was. It was a great event. And we want to tell everybody out there, if you missed it, you're one of the few out there that maybe did. No, if you did miss it and you'd like to see the forum, that QR code there at the bottom of the screen, scan that and you'll get a link and you'll be able to watch the entire thing. So, good stuff. And we're already planning. Kelly's already working on next year.
Kelly's already working for next year.
Exactly. Councilman, this is great. Also, too, you hosted the 3rd annual My Brother's Keepers annual Young Men's Conference. This year's theme was Empowering Voices, Igniting Leadership in Young Men of Color. And this was also an event very well attended.
It was. Years ago, President Obama started the My Brother's Keeper initiative to incentivize mentoring in young men in our community. Have to thank Sean Torrey, have to thank Sheena Judy Mitchell, have to thank Tiffany Tyler, Dr. Tammy Malledge, all of the Youth Development Social Innovation Department for putting this on, hosting it. We've had so much success with the Young Men's Conference that we also have a Young Women's Conference as well that we've started, and this is fantastic. People come out. We have a full day of mentoring, of knowledge sharing. As I got up and spoke and talked about iron sharpens iron, one brother sharpens another. The mentality of that Proverbs 25, but that's what it's about. One brother sharpen another brother, ensuring that you have an opportunity to advance, and it's great. The kids that were there are just ready to soak up as much knowledge as we can input in them, and we need to continue to do that.
Because in life, we're all in this together. Sometimes we lose sight of that, right?
We are.
Speaking of being in this together, this is great. You celebrated a special milestone for a local organization. It's the Lutheran Social Services of Nevada opened a new food pantry. This is at Holy Spirit Lutheran Church on Cheyenne. Right?
It is. It was great. They do an amazing job opening up food pantries, especially out in this area where we have, still food insecurity. Cheyenne area is great. We had a huge turnout. Folk can come there and receive fresh foods in conjunction with 3 Square. We thank them as always, but this is a fantastic facility.
Right there at the top of Ward 5, right as your ward extends out into the northwest there. So that's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Like you say, Councilman, the food insecurity is across our city, not just in pockets, and so we're going to address that in every locale.
Yep, and we always think that there's, the most need is in the core of the city, right? Part of the city, but there's need throughout the entire region, and we need to ensure that we have services out in that area and not just concentrate solely just on the core and the heart of the downtown community.
Exactly right. Hence why that's out where it is now. So, and then of course, Councilman, the big piece here. It's a story that made international headlines.
What happened?
You recently honored a music superstar. You in here like this. It's a Vegas headliner, and he's this year's Super Bowl halftime performer. Of course, it's Usher Raymond. What a day. He was here at City Hall with us. And Councilman, you gave him a proclamation, proclaimed it Usher Raymond the 4th day at City Hall. The mayor gave him a key to the city. We all had the chance to meet him that day. And what a genuinely nice man.
I agree. He is a really, really good man. Deep thinker, smart young man.
Really smart.
He is obviously, he's very, very talented. Let's just start.
But he's more than that.
Yes, but he is a really cool guy. He's a good man. He works his butt off.
He does.
There's a reason why he's so successful. He's going to celebrate 100 shows with the MGM.
That's right.
His residency is the #1 selling residency in the history of Las Vegas. It's great. You know, I always say, people say to me, I just got back from Vegas. We went to go see Usher. Oh, by the way, I'm going to Vegas.
I'm going to go see Usher.
I'm going to go see Usher.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm trying to get tickets to Usher. Do you think you can help me get some tickets to Usher? If I heard that once, I've heard it 36 times, and I've never seen anything like it. He was such a great guy. He was such a gracious person. Thank you to the mayor also for giving him the key to the city. We know that the mayor does not do that often.
No, that's a rare thing.
It's very, very coveted to get the key to the city, and the mayor has sole discretion of who gets it. And she was overwhelmingly in support. She was great. Yes.
He is quite a man. Singer, actor, performer, songwriter, entrepreneur, and a philanthropist on top of everything.
Yes. So congratulations, Usher. And look, it's ironic that it happened that he was announced to be the performer of the Super Bowl. We had started this conversation about Usher months before, and we're trying to just schedule him and get his calendar together.
The NFL said, Creer's going to have Usher over. Let's make him entertainment. Yeah, so that's how it all happened.
Yeah,
you heard that
amazing.
First. Yeah,
it's well deserved that he's going to be performing at the halftime show, and he's going to be performing at the halftime show at the very first Super Bowl in the history of Las Vegas. That's right. Allegiant. Who better to do it than Usher?
He says he's going to collaborate with others too.
That's what I heard.
Councilman, we have some upcoming events too. Mario's Westside grand opening coming up.
Yeah, Mario's Westside is open. We have the official ribbon cutting on the 30th of October at 4 p.m. Mario's is 1960 North Martin Luther King Boulevard. Yeah, we have invested in Mario's. We needed a quality grocery store in our community. They had one. They needed to expand. And now Mario's has a bakery. It still has the hot food. It has more shelf space. Double shelf space that's there. It's a beautiful facility in OCVS building. Please come out.
Yeah.
And please support Mario's.
Yeah. Monday the 30th, 4 o'clock is the official opening that night. Councilman will be out there as well as other city dignitaries. And then, Councilman, the very next night, Halloween night, is our Halloween safe night. This is going to be Tuesday, October 31st from 5 to 8:30 out at the Pearson Community Center, which is at 1625 West Cary. That's a county facility, but we're partnering with them this year.
It is. It's always a big event. Come, have fun. The safe nighting means you can get safe candy, and we'll be there, so hopefully come out and support us.
What are you coming as this year?
I'm coming as a city councilman.
Ah, very good. See if you can guess it, folks. All right, looking forward to having you out there. Councilman, the time with you always goes fast because we're always talking about so much, but we always want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Councilman Creer, you can find him on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. He's very active. You can also contact him by picking up the phone, 702-229-6405, or send him an email. His address is ccareer@lasvegasnevada.gov, and he or one of his great staff will get right back to you. Councilman, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. We'll have you back in 6 weeks.
Thank you very much. We made it through.
Yeah, and I'm winded, but we made it. So good stuff. Thank you. And everyone, don't miss our next show beginning on November 2nd with Ward 6 City Councilwoman Nancy Bruni. You can now catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Also, watch for our QR code during the closing credits of this show to download and subscribe to our newsletter. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time around.